Welcome to News 9 Live. I'm Neha Bhan. Rahul Gandhi's conviction in a 2019 defamation case and his subsequent disqualification from the Lok Sabha have set the stage for a fresh political fight between the BJP, the Congress and other opposition parties supporting Rahul Gandhi on this issue. As it may be recalled, Rahul Gandhi had remarked, "How come all the thieves have Modi as the common surname?" Quote unquote. Now, this was during a rally in Karnataka's Kolar city ahead of the 2019 general election. While the allegations and counter-allegations will continue, the important point is whether Rahul Gandhi will utilize this crisis as an opportunity to emerge as a strong challenger against Prime Minister Modi. To discuss this, I am joined by senior journalist Rashid Kidwai on today's broadcast. Welcome, Mr. Kidwai. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Neha.
Sir, to begin with, what is your reaction to the whole episode involving Rahul Gandhi's defamation case and his subsequent disqualification?
I think it's a very interesting and a drastic development. The opposition is caught somewhat off guard because they were not anticipating this kind of fast pace of event. So it is going to fast forward that kind of build up for 2024. And yeah, earlier we were hoping that there will be assembly elections and then the parliament election would start. But with this Rahul's disqualification, if disqualification stays in the court of law, then he is effectively out for 8 long years, because there are 2 years of criminal defamation, that conviction is there, and 6 years as per law that he would be disqualified. So he cannot be a member of any house of parliament. So that means that the space is open for any other non-NDA prime ministerial candidate. So therefore you see this Arvind Kejriwal and several other political parties are coming and supporting him, expressing solidarity. You may remember that when Manish Sisodia was arrested, the Congress was indifferent. In fact, was critical of Manish Sisodia. It didn't find solidarity with it. But suddenly, they are finding solidarity. Then what next? In 1989, when Rajiv Gandhi had a brute majority, in July 1989, 106 Lok Sabha MPs from the opposition had resigned. They blocked 12 parties. So that was quite a drastic action, and that put Rajiv Gandhi under a lot of pressure, because in parliament there was no opposition. So Can the opposition think the unthinkable? Can they resign? Second thing, Neha, we have seen that every time there is some kind of thing, whether it was during emergency, or the Rajiv Gandhi Bofors scandal, or this Anna Hazare movement, that the civil society people played a very big role. So there was a mass protest, mass street. The Congress operationally is not very strong. So can they launch this kind of mass street protest across the country with the help of opposition, with the help of civil society? So these are my initial thoughts.
Right. Mr. Kidwai, the question also is, do you think Rahul Gandhi can utilize this opportunity to pose a challenge to the Prime Minister, or will this play out to his disadvantage?
I think adversity is an opportunity. We have seen in case of Indira Gandhi, when she was arrested, when she was disqualified from parliament, she used it to advantage. But Rahul Gandhi is a grandson, but it is there is no guarantee that a grandson would be able to, ape or draw same kind of sympathy or advantage as Indira Gandhi had, because Indira Gandhi was Indira Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi, I think if he looks at it his own battle or Congress battle, then he will be a loser. He has to give space to the opposition, to Mamata Banerjee, to Akhilesh Yadav, to Arvind Kejriwal and many others. Because remember, these are regional satraps. They have a lot of following. And if they take up Rahul Gandhi's cause, then Rahul Gandhi would benefit. So, but the Congress is very allergic to change. That's why we say it's a grand old party. So it cannot do a quick thinking. This requires a counter response. And a counter response has to be political. It cannot be just a legal recourse.
Mr. Kidwai, would you say Rahul Gandhi has matured as a politician?
Well, I think Rahul Gandhi was always mature politically, because he's been winning election, but he's been a very unconventional politician. He is not, his political correctness. Like, for instance, he keeps talking about China threat, which is of course is real, the lack of democracy
Right.
that we are observing, etc. But the pronouncement, location. So the BJP is successfully able to push him and project him as someone who's careless, who's casual, who's not guided by the national interest. So he needs to counter. See, all of us in today's social media world, Neha, are actually subject to the kind of projection that is made. So he has to project himself in a certain light. Today he's become a major polarizing factor. So he should use it.
All
The
right.
BJP knows that Mr. Rahul Gandhi is an easy meat. So they are highlighting, they are making Rahul Gandhi a focal point because they know if there is a narrative versus Narendra Modi versus Rahul Gandhi, Narendra Modi would win. Rahul has to beat that kind of chakra view.
Okay, so are you saying that political watchers who are claiming that BJP is actually making Rahul play the victim so that he emerges as the top opposition leader before the elections to the detriment of other claimants to the Prime Minister's position like Mamata Banerjee, Arvind Kejriwal, KCR, Sharad Pawar, among others, are right?
Yeah, this is a fashionable narrative, a simplistic way of looking at it. As I said in the beginning of your interview, that Rahul Gandhi, if he's effectively disqualified, then he is not a contender for 8 years. So it's a new situation, and that's why it's an opportunity. And that's why we see Mr. Arvind Kejriwal finding, this thing, solidarity with him. These are so the BJP is unwittingly giving space to the opposition because the opposition was looking for an issue and everybody would project Rahul Gandhi as a victim when Rahul Gandhi cannot be the beneficiary. Unless, of course, the courts take a very different view.
Okay, Mr. Kidwai, let me ask you this. Opposition parties say BJP is playing witch hunting politics. Would you say this could lead to sympathy for the major opposition players?
We have seen, you see, in India, whatever you say, the opposite is equally true. And Mr. Modi himself keeps saying, the glass is half full or half empty. I think if we look at it, there are a lot of people, millions of Indians are silent voters. There are, number of bhakts or those who are opposing that, the Bhakti Kal of Narendra Modi are in, a few lakhs, etc. There's a great number of crores of people, voters who are silent, who look at it and form their opinion. So I think it will evolve. So there is an opportunity in democracy for everyone. Mr. Modi won Gujarat election by a huge margin, but same his party, his campaign failed in Himachal. So there is a space for opposition. It is not that opposition cannot benefit from it. Opposition has to make use of it. See, the BJP is getting only 33%, 38% of vote. That means 66% or 68% of vote is up for grab.
Right. Mr. Kidwai, the opposition is crying foul about the alleged crackdown on non-BJP leaders, so to speak. But when it comes to forming a unified front, we've seen little progress in that regard. Will it unite the opposition and help them bury their differences is the big question. What's your take on that?
See, the first part is about, of course, the lack of political decency, and it's not a one-way street. So, if whatever the opposition does, is find faults in the court of law, ED, CBI, etc. And I think the voter can see through these kind of, equations that are emerging. The second part about whether the opposition was required to have a sense of purpose. They were all talking, so nothing was sticking on Mr. Modi. Now, the disqualification of a person, because Mr. Rahul Gandhi was a family name, is a household name. So you can go on to every village and town and talk about, how Mr. Rahul Gandhi was talking about absence of democracy, has been disqualified from parliament. So it is a difficult thing, but do it. People would remember in 1989 there was a slogan to say "Gali gali mein shor hai, Rajiv Gandhi chor hai." Now that was very defamatory, but nobody went to court. And Rajiv Gandhi, poor Rajiv Gandhi, I would say, he lived with it and he paid a price. And on that, the BJP and all those people, including the left and all, were part of it, part of that campaign, that slogan that I'm talking about, that VP Singh's party used to say that, "Gali gali mein shor hai, Rajiv Gandhi chor hai." So that was defamatory, but yet people bought that. So that's what I'm saying. that in India, in Indian politics, it's a very it's an open market. It's up for grabs. It depends upon the player, whether it was VP Singh then or Narendra Modi now or Rahul Gandhi, Kejriwal, Mamta, how they can convince their support base, their groups to do it. Mind you, some of these regional parties are very successful.
All right. So finally, I'd like to ask you, is this an attack on the OBC community as alleged by the BJP?
I think you're asking a wrong person because I'm not in the realm of politics. But I'm saying this kind of reckless statements, if Mr. Gandhi is accused of being a statement, it is everybody's doing it. We have heard Jersey cow remark. We have heard 50 lakh ki girlfriend. We have heard a lot of statements and all those Shamshan, Pakistan references and all by very responsible people, and nothing happened to them. So there is no whataboutery. But what I'm saying is, people of India, voters, who are the ultimate stakeholders in democracy, it is for them to decide.
All right, I'll wrap up on that note. Thank you, Mr. Gidwai, for joining me with these insights. And thank you all for watching. Have a great weekend.